soldiers to the country's English-speaking regions amidst fear the separatists could disrupt the February 9th legislative and municipal elections. The opposition sees the deployment as a ploy to inflate the numbers of voters in an area where duly registered voters have already fled fighting. Meanwhile, separatist fighters have vowed not only to disrupt the elections but also to keep fighting for the independence of the country's English speakers. The BBC's Kilian Gala reports from Yaoundé.
The sound of gunfire continues to be heard throughout Cameroon's English-speaking regions. Burnings and kidnappings have remained the order of the day, with candidates for the February 9th legislative and municipal elections particularly targeted by suspected separatists who say they don't want any election organized on their territory. Dennis Kemlemo is the communications secretary for the opposition Social Democratic Front.
The house of Honorable Bandam, who is the vice president of the National Assembly, was burnt down. The house of Honorable Fusi Namukong was burnt down. The house of Mayor Ndong Donatos burned down. You have the house of the mayor of Bafut Rural Council was burned down. And apart from this burning of candidates of the SDM's houses, you also have kidnappings. They kidnapped the mayor of Bamenda too, alongside his councillors who are candidates on the list. Just as recent as yesterday, the district executive of Tuba SDM electoral district was kidnapped, and all of them are candidates on the list.
Already, the separatists have announced a complete lockdown in the two regions within the electoral period. Despite the rather tense security situation, the government insists the elections must hold as planned. In order to secure the ballot, over 700 gendarmerie officers have been deployed to the two regions. Colonel Henry Chinda is the gendarmerie Legion Commander for the Southwest region.
The population is to be confident in national gendarmerie, to go to elections knowing that gendarmerie is there to protect them in that very important phase that our country is facing.
But the deployment has not gone down well with the opposition, who believe that it's a ploy by the government to balloon the number of voters in an area where potential voters have largely deserted. Separatist leaders see government's resolve to organize the polls as an act of political desperation. John Ba Akuru is the president of the consortium of civil society organizations that the government banned in 2017.
Mr. Paul Biya, desperate to show the rest of the world that the people of the southern Cameroons still believe in this fake union, is determined to have an election occur by all means. That is why he would deploy a lot of soldiers to go out there and vote in the place of the people, so that he will turn around and tell the world that the people went out and voted. And I call this rigging the will of the people.
Meanwhile, videos circulating on social media show separatist fighters committing themselves to keep fighting until an independent state called Ambazonia is created.
We will fight to the last man standing. We will fight even unto death. We mean business. We will not give up. The days ahead are pregnant.
The government has made it clear that Cameroon will remain one and indivisible, even as some level of autonomy was granted Cameroon's English speakers recently within the framework of a special status approved for the two regions by the head of state. But it remains to be seen whether these concessions will calm the spirits of the separatists.
That's Kilian Gala there reporting from Yaoundé. And now with all sport news is Nishat Latha.
Thank you, Victoria. We'll have some football in a moment. But